Hello, hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of October 27th, 2024. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And this week, there's magic in the air as we celebrate Halloween, Day of the Dead, Samhain, and the new moon in Scorpio. And because it's a new moon, the nights will be especially dark, adding to all the spookiness. So as I mentioned last week, Halloween and Samhain are times when the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is at its thinnest, meaning it's a time when we can communicate more easily with the spirit world. And then the powerful new moon in Scorpio amplifies our ability to communicate even more. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of the underworld, making this new moon particularly powerful for connecting with our ancestors, our spirits, and our guides. So if you ever wanted to hear, see, or talk to the other side, this is your chance. This is the week for it. So how do you do that? How do you connect? Well, one, you can take my Spirit Guide channeling course starting on Tuesday to learn how. But if you want the Cliff Notes version, I suggest that on Thursday night, which is Halloween, or Friday night on the new moon, that you light a candle. Just do some deep breathing and get in a meditative state, and then say the following: I open my heart, my mind, and my soul to receive the highest message of the highest vibration for the highest good. I welcome in my guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, and all those who may draw near. And then just be quiet. Just sit there and be quiet and pay attention to anything that you feel, that you hear, you see, or anything that pops into your head and your consciousness. You could also pull some cards. You could use your pendulum. You could journal. We can get some insights into ourselves and our future this week. It is a great week to connect with the other side. Now, new moons are a time for new beginnings, and with Scorpio's association with death and rebirth, this new moon is a powerful time to start fresh. Samhain is seen as the Celtic New Year. It marks the end of the harvest and the start of winter in the dark half of the year, and it's a time of endings and new beginnings. So this is a good moon for setting new intentions, particularly around personal transformation, shadow work, and spiritual growth. So we start November with this introspective Scorpio new moon that really sets the stage for the rest of the month. We have deep realizations under this new moon, and we may feel like we want to retreat and go within just to figure out what the hell is going on with us. And the universe wants us to slow down and reflect. We may feel a little bit off kilter thanks to some tough astrology transits lately. We're recovering from an intense eclipse season. We're in the last days of Pluto and Capricorn, and we're coming out of some challenging retrogrades. So there's a lot of sluggish energy going on, and it might even feel like we're going backwards. So November kicks off with a chance for renewal and a fresh start under the new moon, but instead of rushing forward, we're taking our time. We're thinking things through. We're moving through our own cycles of death and rebirth, letting go of what no longer fits and making room for who we're becoming. There's no need to go off grid, but allow yourself some time for some quiet reflection. November is a turning point for us. We're saying goodbye to Pluto and Capricorn for the last time. Pluto, the planet of healing and collective change, is in one of the most potent places in the sky right now before it enters Aquarius for good on November 19th. And we can feel the tension in the air. This transit and the election have things a little tense, like something is going to pop. So this week is the time right before the pop. We're getting ready to move forward collectively and personally. The 16-year chapter of Pluto and Capricorn is ending. This bitch is almost over, and we are moving forward into a whole new world. And the numerology this month supports this new beginning. In numerology, November is a 1 universal month, and we calculate this by adding 11 for November to 8 because 2024 is an 8 universal year. These total 10, and then we reduce that down to the single digit 1. In numerology, a universal month number 1 is a time of new beginnings and fresh starts. The universal month number 1 sets the tone for the entire world. We feel it collectively and individually. 1 is the start of a whole new cycle. A new cycle brings fresh energy and the motivation to start new things. But keep in mind, because of the astrology, we'll be rolling out the fresh starts a little slower. We're just taking our time over the first couple of weeks, and then toward the end of the month, things start to speed up. So a 1 month is ideal for setting intentions, which corresponds perfectly with the new moon on the 1st. A 1 month is also about looking within to figure out what aligns with you, and then moving forward from a place of alignment. So we get the time to go deep and figure out what we want in this new chapter, and then set our intentions. This is the time to plant seeds for the future. So we don't start this month full speed ahead, but by the end of the month, we are rocking and rolling toward the future. This November gives us the energetic support to start new things, which is perfect for making a big change in your life. Now, the energy of 1 can also make us maybe a little impatient or impulsive, so we want to balance this by staying grounded and careful planning. Take the time to think things through. There is plenty of time. I am so excited about this month and Pluto finally moving into Aquarius. We've been talking about this transit for the past 2 years on this podcast, and clearly it's a big effing deal. So Pluto's move into Aquarius will bring a deeper focus on spirituality. This is the move that leads to our collective awakening. So if you are in the spiritual field, if that is part of your business, this is our time. We are here. And on a collective level, we finally understand and get it that we're all in this together. Right now, we intellectually understand that we're all connected, but with Pluto's shift into Aquarius, we'll understand this with our heart and our soul. So November is our opportunity to get our shit together and get clear about what's next. This week, go inside, reflect, get some clarity from the spirit realm, and take a breather before daylight savings time next weekend, before the election, and before Pluto's transit into Aquarius. After that, we're going full speed ahead into a completely new chapter. If you want to connect more and learn how to communicate with spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and spirit animals anytime, not just on Halloween, this is your chance. My Learn to Channel Spirit Guides 6-week course starts Tuesday. I'm so excited to have 3 other channels and mediums join me. Angela Shelby, Laura Liu, and Amy Landa will be sharing their techniques for channeling too. So the great news is that I've extended the early bird price of $150. A couple people messaged me and said they'd missed out on the cutoff date for the discounted price. So I decided to just extend the low price for everyone. So there is a link in bio to sign up, or you can go to my website, Abundology.com. Also this week, you'll be able to register for Tarot 101, which starts the first week of November. Ellen Brown will be teaching us how to read cards. Ellen read cards during spiritual summer school, and she was so good that I invited her back to teach us all how to read them. So it'll only be $50 for 3 classes, and registration will open this week. So as always, thank you for listening and passing the podcast on to a friend. I'm working on getting the tarot class registration up today, and I'm just going to enjoy this last warm day before the cold weather finally gets here this week. So happy Halloween, everyone, and I will talk to you again next week.